to the riches, cause it's all about the paper. Now buckle up your seats and prepare for the journey. Let the music ease your soul, grab a spliff and start burning. Relax with us and take a trip to the heavens. And come and spend a day in the 757. Hydro, the vapes and blunts I smoke. That's exactly what I need when I'm blowing on.
What's up, everybody? Here we are, the after show, but later, live. Today is April 14th, episode number 335. It's your boys D and Luis Cortez Jr. freshly back from the other side of the world, and we are here live. I'm not back from the other side of the world. I've been here, my little ass, hot ass town. Luis, how you been?
What's up, gang? Thanks for having me again, Daniel. Yeah, I'm good, man. A little, I don't, I was in Europe for those of you guys. I think I said that.
Hey, like that.
But man, just a little recap. Fuck, bro. It took me a day and a half. Basically, it took me like 27 hours to get there. And, everyone deals with delays. I'm not the only one. I'm not gonna bitch, whatever. But and it was related to weather, so it's like I can't control the fucking weather, right? If it was the airline or some bullshit. I'd be mad or whatever, but the airline did whatever to take care of us, gave me some miles to make it right. But yeah, bro, I was supposed to leave Vegas at 11 and go to Chicago, and we couldn't leave because of lightning in Chicago, and then missed my connecting, and then had to catch another flight. Missed that one because of the delay, and like I ended up going from Chicago to Germany, then Germany to Paris, and then doing all that shit. But I was basically
poor Luis.
I was like a half a day.
Chicago to Germany, from Germany to Paris. Oh,
yeah, first world problems. And but it was good, man. I spent some time with a special someone over there, and if we get some time,
someone over there, or did you take them with you?
No, someone over there, and
then I'm sorry, dog. I just wasn't ready for all that.
I got some pictures. If we have some time, we'll share later just some of the things I did over there. But yeah, man, good to be back. I got back Sunday. I was there for what, 12 days? And then I got back Sunday like at 4 p.m. Coming back's not so bad, right? It's 8 hour difference. So going there is kind of just a little discombobulated. But coming back, no big deal. And then fuck, it was rough because I didn't work for 12 days. Get back at 4 on Sunday, and I had to be at a job at 5 in the morning the next day. So like,
really?
Just slamming Red Bulls, you already know. But yeah, I fucking slept like a rock the last couple of days, and I think I'm back to this world's time over here. But yeah, bro, everyone's always on my theme, going with my Dodgers, my New Jersey, the new gold one's in the mail. Actually, I got my jersey, but I ordered a hat, and I'm waiting to do my little match. But I know there was a hot topic today about seats, so I figured I'd sit up here in the nosebleeds with all the poor people for today's show.
You're not gonna leave your family and friends behind? You're gonna be up there with them?
Yeah,
I have so many thoughts on this, man. It's like I don't even know where to get started. We can get started there. We can. I know we have some of your pictures that we have from the vacation. I'm trying to find something real quick. Hold on, give me a second. And
yeah, no worries. I had if you can open it when you get it, but I know just a couple things. I went golfing earlier. I like to golf anywhere I travel for work or leisure. I try to make sure I golf if I can. I bring a little golf ball back. I collect them. I know last time we were talking about weird shit you collect, so I guess that's kind of some nerdy shit. I collect golf balls from all the places I've been. But yeah, I think I sent you a picture of the golf course, and then I went to northern France on the coast there, which is the English Channel.
Yeah,
kind of famous. Part of the town is famous.
We can share some of those pictures right now.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and get to some of those.
Sure.
And well, actually, you know what? Before that, even there was some pictures that you had shared, and I don't know if this was meant for last week's episode where we were talking about all the graffiti and stuff, but there's some graffiti pictures that you sent as well.
Those are from Paris, so I wanted.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I was over there, and so yeah, go ahead and I was trying to tie that in, right? But whatever you got, throw it up there. And
I'll go ahead and shuffle through a few of these. There's one of these. The first one looks like there's this dude with in the back. It looks like I don't even know what it would be, but there's a dude wearing a hat. Looks like he's carrying like a freaking bag, like he's going like when they show the little kids and they're running away from home in like the 30s, and they have like the stick with the little bag on it. There's that. Let me see what else he got over here. We have this one is like a portrait of a chick with like a flower in her hair. These were all in Paris, you said?
Yep.
It's crazy because we were just talking about that, about all the graffiti and stuff like that in our last episode. And it's funny because I wouldn't think there would be like, in my mind, dog, I was just thinking like Paris is all just like, ooh, you know, you know, like I didn't think that they would have like anything like this that you would find. So the fact that you found all these is really cool. What up, Andrew and Double M are here. But yeah, man, these are some cool things. And then even it looks like on like the pillars that they have like under the bridge. Right here, they have a freaking. It looks like what is it? A flower.
It looked like
Smoking?
it made like Super Mario flower, but yeah, it was like smoking, and it was funny because I'm walking. You know, we did a lot of walking, sightseeing stuff, but
Yeah,
as I'm walking around, I'm like, oh, look at all this shit. Like, I was just talking about this, so I felt like it was relevant.
yeah, for real.
On the one with the sunflower, like
Yeah,
if you look at the next pillar down.
yeah.
Oh, you changed it. My bad.
Well, no, I went
They,
back. I went back. So
whoever this person was, dude, and I didn't want to take a bunch of pictures and like, ah, here's just like Cavino says, 3 pictures and you're out. Dude, so they tagged up the wall
yeah,
and then they glued like sticky paper with like aluminum foil and made
like a texture.
like reptile flakes on it, dude,
Yeah,
and like it was so badass. It was like 3D, and so when you looked at it from the front, you know, it shined when the sun hit it. As you walked by it, gave it depth and it looked like scales. And there was like multiple ones, and I tried to capture all the pillars because they were all kind of different within themselves. But
yeah. No,
that
that's
one was so
really cool.
badass. I'm like, that took a lot of effort to do that.
No, I like this picture. It actually looks like it's like even like a stock photo because it has like the river behind it and just like the landscape behind it. And then you get to see all of the pillars going further back. And man, it just looks like you could have just went all day walking down and just appreciating each one of those, you know?
Yeah, and I took plenty of them, but I didn't want to just fucking flood you with my pictures and shit. But yeah, man, there was some nice art there, and I just kind of wanted to top off. I know last week we had a little show and tell of graffiti, and it happened to hit. And I didn't send you any of the caca ones because I'm like, oh, I should have because I took some too. I'm like, this is the shit that we're talking about. Like, you know, says this is not art. Like, some food's just chicken scratch shit. But that's another
Yeah.
one too. Then we were talking about, you know, some of that. There was some wicked shit out there, bro. And like,
Yeah.
I think some of them are in French, obviously. I'm like, I don't know. I can translate it if you want, but I was just like, yeah, whatever. I'm not worried about. Like that one you're showing right now with the white with the gray background. It looks badass. And then you can see up top some food just put Hall up there. Like, bro, that
Yeah.
shit looks like shit.
Yeah. I was like, is that his last name or what? He just wanted to put
Nah.
like there was this dude we grew up with. He was a friend of my brother's name, Robert Hall. And actually I knew a lot of Halls. I knew Queena and I knew there was a gang of Halls. They were all like a big family here. But let me see. And then what else we got right here? I think the next one, oh, all right, we have to do this one that you sent me, Doug. I don't know if you had sent me this today or if it was from last week, but it was one of those who would you save type of
Oh
things.
yeah.
And I'll go ahead if you're just listening. You know, we are back on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and all that. So Spotify has the video too. But if you're just listening, we have the girlfriend. Who would you save? It has the girlfriend, your wife, a friend, your mother, or $450 million. And let's go ahead and let us know in the comments, who are you saving? And if you're female or whatever, you can let us know rather than wife or girlfriend, maybe husband or man or boyfriend. Let us know. And then if you don't have a good relationship with your mother, maybe it's your father. All right, let's try to make this all equal across the board. But I you know what, I'm gonna have to go ahead and I'll start it off just to not put anybody on the spot, and I'm gonna have to say my wife. I'm sorry, but the money is nice, and I'm sure people would say, hey, you can get another wife or whatever, but like Cavino says, I could make my own money, where they're like, would you like fight a monkey for $1 billion? And Cavino's like, I'd rather make my own money. I'd rather save my wife and make my own money. You may have a different answer. Good for you. In the chat, you guys might have a different answer, but friend, have plenty of those. Mother, I feel like love my mom, but we had a good almost 60 years with her so far. Pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Girlfriend, if her and my wife find out about each other, then then you're in trouble. But so yeah, I think everybody else can go. But so I think I'm gonna say my wife. Just to, go ahead and I'll start it off there, and we could let everybody else go. You want to go ahead next, Luis?
My wife, that's funny. But the first thing I thought when I saw this was just funny because if anyone's married, I think that's the obvious answer, especially if this is being recorded in live. And but I was like, yo, how the fuck? My first instinct was like, how the fuck do I know I'm not gonna die here, right? Like maybe if that means I'm gonna die going in here to try to save somebody, like maybe I'm gonna bust a Rich Davis and just be selfish and be like, hey, fuck you guys and the money. I'm just gonna chill right here, right? I need a guarantee of like how am I gonna get saved to go out there, but I guess. I'm not gonna choose a wife because I don't have a wife, so that's my way out of it. Same thing with my mom, bro. Like she's been around. I'd be like, "Hey, mom, it's the next person's turn. My bad. I know we're supposed to go with hoes, no, bros before hoes, but I don't think my partner's a hoe or anything. But I'm gonna go with my girlfriend, right? We can build a future. We can get money and obviously money and everything. But I thought it was funny. I know different. I think it depends on what you got, right? If you don't got a girlfriend or a wife, you gotta gonna choose the money, right? Or one of your homies. And if you're a mama's boy, then you're probably gonna go that route too. But
But I just want
everyone
to know
has
why they have
perspective.
the mother is listed over one of the crocodiles or whatever,
For,
right? Why is
for
it listed like that? But and you know what? A good point that you brought up that I didn't even think of is you're like, how do I know that I'm gonna be that I'm gonna make it through here? I'm guessing in this scenario you pick one of them and then all of a sudden they're okay. But I didn't even think about that. Rather than you're like maybe I saved none of them because I'm trying to stay alive. You know,
real.
because it looks like if you go into those waters with the freaking crocodiles, looks like I don't know. I mean. Maybe you have a long rope and you can only throw your rope to one person. I don't know. Double
Yeah, there
M
you
says
go.
she's going to save her mom, which is cool. I mean, to each their own. Morton No says, no wife, mom passed. I'll take the money. Hey, Morton, if that's what you're going to do, right? Because you're not gonna save any friends, right? When you have like honestly, dog, even me, I have some good friends, and I consider you a friend. But if there's $450 million right there, I might have to let you meet Jesus, dog. I'm not even lying. So yeah, I'll probably say I didn't have a wife, I didn't have a girl, and and my mom had passed like Morton's, right? That we might have to go money too. So I would say well, I don't know how good of a friend. If it's like my best friend, then I don't know, dog. Because $450 million, he might get mad at me if I save him, and then I'm like, oh, dog, it was you or $450 million. He might throw me in the water to get eaten after that, after making a decision like that. So you never know. But there was I don't even know what's coming up next after that. It might be. I think I know what it is, and if it is, yeah. All right, dog. So the next one I'm gonna share we always, Luis always comes, themed out, and even today we have a Rich Davis conversation that we're gonna get into, and you came themed out, right? You're in the nosebleeds right now. You're at Dodger Stadium, right? And we had an event, and I may have talked about it. I may have talked about it on a previous show, but I just had to share a picture with you guys because I'm always, I mean, I don't know if there's any episode of the after show where I'm not wearing black, right? But I had to go with the theme. We had an event at work, and it was kind of like not like Bahamas, but it was kind of like an island feel. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and share a dog. I wore me a flower shirt with white pants and a lei. So ignore all the dirty crap in the back of my house right there. But dog, I had to get in spirit, right? And I was like, I'm a team player, dog. It's not something that I'll ever wear again. I even thought about throwing the shirt away after I bought it, after I wore it that day. But I was like, hey, what the hell, right? It's an island feel. You can't even tell in this picture, but the pants are white. They were the pants that I wore to the Backstreet Boys concert, so they were the only white pants I've ever owned in my life. But I said, you know what, dog? If Luis can come themed out every week, I can go at least themed out to our theme at work. So thought I'd share that with you guys. Now we're gonna get into a couple of pictures that Luis shared from his vacation when he was in Europe. We had you with it looks like a bunch of skeletons and things hanging, giving the rock horns. So where was this at?
So yeah, it was in Paris there, just walking down the street, just kind of bar hopping, whatever, and looking around. And it was called the Bear Bar, and it was like this punk rock bar and like a lot of American shit. And they had a bunch of Chucky stuff, like murder stuff, and they had a Iron Maiden beer, like actually on the tab and shit. So
That's
I.
dope.
I was just kind of like, rock on kind of thing there. But yeah, man, you could see some art up at the top, had Lemmy up there. a couple different things. But yeah, man, the whole thing. I don't know if I sent you the one with Betty Boop, but that was the restroom too. There was the restroom had like a bunch of. I think that's in your video. I don't know if you can play it, but it don't matter. We don't have to waste too much time on it. But yeah, it was just a rock bar there. It was kind of cool to see.
How would you say the beer is or how would you say how you say beer in French? Do you know how to say it or
It's
no?
yeah, it's beer and
It's
no, a
beer.
lot of yeah, it's like beer, almost like birria, like burro, like burr. But it's Paris, bro. Like a lot of the people speak English there because they're just so used to tourists and shit.
Oh, really? Okay.
But I
Um,
had a lot of Belgian beer. That I mean, it was funny because as far as American beer goes, they have Heineken, Budweiser, and Corona, which is all right. If you live here, that's not something you're going for.
yeah.
But I was drinking a lot of Belgian beer because like it's close to it, and like that's kind of the bigger shit there, and it was good. But good time.
And then let me see. Next, we have you at a golf course. Golf DU
It's
Chateau
yeah. So that's golf. Basically, it's the golf of the chateau. So it's basically
Chateau de Marie.
yeah. It's
Right? Did I
so
get
that's
that?
basically yeah, close enough. Fool. So that's just and it's an old castle, like an old fucking castle complex. There's a big castle and like they just had a castle with a fence all around it and shit. And they have like park basically there from back in the day. It was somebody's big ass land and they basically
Dog, you
just
look
made
all
it.
G'd up too. You
They
got
made it a golf course.
your gloves. You're just like you look like you're like actually like a security guard or something because you got the lokes with the hat. You're standing like at attention. I like it, dog. It's because I think because I know you is so easygoing. When I see you looked up like that, I'm like, oh dang! Like if I just walked up on you, I would be like, oh, who's that? I better kick back, you know?
Yeah, no, I like to play the part, fool. So I had to put my golf shit on and I had my golf glove on. And that was actually the last hole I was done already. And I was by myself, but I set up my little phone and did that little timer there. And I'm
Oh,
like,
did you really? That's dope.
I got a little gangster right here real quick for the homies. So
And you
yeah,
got
but
it
it's
all
golf day
framed
chateau. That
perfectly, dog. That's nice. I like it.
yeah, bro. But yeah, good times, man.
And then you have looks like a picture of the beach.
Yeah, so that was northern France, and that's where I was telling you. It's the English Channel. The English Channel is pretty famous. People swim across there. So that's the English Channel is basically one side is the UK and the other side is France, and so people swim across that shit right there. I
Really?
mean, somewhere down on the other side of that shit, so far, far, far is the UK. But yeah, man, that was just sunset going down. Fucking beautiful, dude. It was amazing.
That's super dope. We have there's a couple of things I wanted to get to. I actually let me see. I shared real quick. I don't know if we've actually done a show since I actually got to go see Sam Tripoli, and I think I may have briefly mentioned it, but I'm actually sharing a picture this time. So Sam Tripoli, comedian, you see him. He's a big conspiracy guy, but he did a comedy show. I got to go with Magical Mexican. I don't know if he's here in the chat today, but Magical Mexican, my buddy Luis, we got to go. Sam Tripoli, dog, super down to earth dude. It was super cool show. Another show that I got to go to recently, which was like not last weekend, but the weekend before. I got to go see Felipe Esparza, which another comedian, especially if you're into like Hispanic comedians, Felipe is real big in that world. He was real famous around the time, or actually he came up with Gabriel Iglesias. So if you know Fluffy, I don't have a picture right here with Felipe, but again, I seen Magical Mexican there, which is funny because Magical Mexican, dog, it's funny. He's always chill, always easygoing, right? And then I seen this dude walking around and he looked a little pedo, I'll be honest. And for you guys that don't know that, he looked like he had a couple too many drinks. And so I seen Magical Mexican walking around. I was like, I'm not going to go and bother him or whatever. And then he sent me some pictures from that day or like later in the evening. And he took a picture with Felipe and with Martin Rizzo, which Covino's always shouting out because Martin Rizzo opened up for him. But dog, one thing that I can't stand about when we have comedians come like to town. We're not a real big town, right? Our city's growing or whatever, but we're not Luis, right? We're not Vegas, so when we have people come, it bothers me, dog, when we have like Felipe come and during his show, dog, and I might have told the story already, so if I did, forgive me, but we had Felipe come. I'm so excited, right? Me and my lady, front row. He's looking at us as he's telling stories. It's always fun, right? And Doug, during the show, this dude in like the third row, he's like, Felipe. And so like Felipe like stops and he's like, what? And the guy's like, hey, she's a bride. And then Felipe is like, it's your bride? And he's like, no, not mine. And then, dog, I'm like, you're not part of the show. Like, and that's what I hate about like smaller towns like mine, is that when we get famous people come, they don't know how people don't know how to act. And I don't know if it's part of like the crowd work era where that's like all over TikTok or whatever where people are like interjecting and stuff. But I'm like, dog, I paid good money for me and my wife to come out and have a date night. I don't need you to stop the show and say Felipe, like, and then start drawing attention. And then Felipe, dog, he could have just ignored it, but he was like, oh, like what's going on? And then he kept trying to figure out what the dude wanted. The dude was all drunk, so the dude wasn't making any sense. And then it kind of threw off his set after that. Like he tried to go back into his set because he was like in the middle of a joke, and I'm like, dog, just do us a favor. Hey, Lou Dog's here. What up, Luis? If you're ever going to a show, just go to the show, right? And dog, it's funny because I'm somebody who never shuts up, right? I'm somebody who's an attention whore, dog. But when I go to a show, I'm not there like Felipe, dog. I'm just there because I want to just enjoy the show. So that's one thing where I'm like, dog, if we want these people to keep coming back, you got to stop being an ass like that. But I just wanted to I needed to get that off my chest. I wanted to now get into the story of the day, which Andrew Sims told me. He said, remember the BSB Sphere story. So I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a little bit. I'm going to backtrack real quick. And go to what happened. Do you want to, I don't know if you want to summarize the story about Rich or if you want me or how you want it to go, but there was a very big story that happened in today's Covino on Rich, and Rich couldn't get over that. Spot put a poll up. Over 80-something% of the people agreed that Rich was a punk, and Rich, it just threw off his whole attitude. He became really
Angry Mickey Mouse.
Huh?
He was angry Mickey Mouse.
He was, because he ended up getting real like, well, then, on his phone, just kind of ignoring everybody. So if you want to go ahead and recap the story, and I'll interject where I feel like I need to.
Please, yeah. And what it boiled down to was it's Rich Davis, and we all know, for those who knew it's Rich Davis, he was trying to like put some nice words in it to make it not sound douchey. And I mean, everyone has their opinion. Some people disagree and agreed, but he went to a baseball game with his friends. His friends bought the tickets, and the kind of the big thing that Rich was kept saying was he goes and likes to, if he's gonna take his family, he only goes once or twice a year. He wants to have good seats, and he was spinning it with, I want my kids to have a great time. I want them to have an experience. So anyway, him and his friends got seats to go to the game. And the big disclaimer and what he kept kind of hanging his hand on was they weren't sitting together. His family was, right? I think it was him, Sarah, and an extra seat. So whoever, I think it was Ben. So him, Sarah, and Ben were probably sitting together. And then the other family was it 2 to 3 rows back or forward, whatever?
Yeah.
And they were sitting together. So it was, another couple, their daughter, and Emmy. So 4 seats, let's say 4 rows up where I'm at right here, and then 3 seats back there somewhere, right?
You know what, though? I don't know if you even caught in the story. Rich had said, I believe at the beginning of the story, that they were like in the next row. And then as the story went on, they were further and further back. So then he started saying they were 3 rows, or they were like 2 rows behind. Then later in the story, he said they were 3 rows behind. So I think he kept, the more and more people that were against him, he kept wanting to make it sound better for him. So he kept putting these people in a different balcony. Continue. Sorry.
Yeah, and so, he said he didn't want to disagree. Rich paid for his tickets, but the couple bought all the tickets, right? So I say, hey, we'll grab the tickets, and then Rich said, all right, then we'll pay you for ours, kind of thing. So he didn't have a say on where they were sitting and how much they were gonna pay, because if he would have, like he says, he probably would have got better tickets because he's Rich Davis of Buxton's and would have wanted to sit in a cool spot. Anyway. Then the story develops saying that on the way to the game, or as they're getting there, he has his new butt buddy. I mean, his new best friend, who's this handsome, cool guy, who is one of the Ben's kids' dad, right? So from the team. So he's Ben's he has a son, and the dad is a cool guy, whatever. And he says, "Hey man, I got 2 extra tickets. If you're we're at the game, if you want to come join us, or whatever." And Rich was already there or going, and it just kind of happened in the moment where he's like, "I only got 2 tickets." Lo and behold, as we all may guess, these 2 tickets were basically pretty fucking premium seats. I think it was what, 4 rows back from behind home plate.
Yeah.
To the point where Rich called Danny G and said, "Hey man, why don't you record the game for me? Because I may have some awesome seats that I may even be on TV."
Yeah.
So if we do the math here, Rich Davis only has 4 people in his family, and he was with a family of 3 that weren't sitting together, and he was offered 2 seats to go sit at 2 pretty badass seats that I think, in his defense, anyone would want to sit there, right? Who wouldn't? But the thing that kind of rubbed a lot of us the wrong way was he then said, "Well, I had the great idea of let me take me and Emmy for a couple innings, sit there, and then I'll come back, and then I'll take me and Ben to sit there a couple innings, and then come back." Which, whatever, but he never took Sarah. And then he basically deserted the other family, right? So he kept saying it wasn't like we were sitting next to each other, like we couldn't even talk to each other, right? It was a full stadium where they weren't even close to me. So I think the point of the story at that point was like, bro, you ditched the people you went
Yeah.
with. Who
Eh,
cares that you weren't sitting close to them? Who cares that you guys drove differently? Who like it doesn't sound fair to me. Cavino's point, I think Spot was like, dude, you upgraded, right? Like it didn't matter what would have happened. You didn't run it by them. Or the other thing was like, hey, maybe take the family there. Hey, here, you go take your daughter. Or let me take your daughter, or hey, let me take the husband, or even Sarah, right? And everyone
I'm
bless
gonna
Sarah's
see.
heart. She's
I'm gonna see if this is connected to my thing, but I'm gonna play audio from this conversation. Okay. All right. It's not connected, so I'm just gonna play it the wrong way.
it was playing. Oh, sorry, I
Oh,
can't
was
hear
it?
it. Sorry. No, I was hearing it somewhere. I don't know sure
Okay.
where.
Casual people that don't care about baseball that wanted to go for Hello Kitty night, Emmy's friends' parents, who I see all the time, who I'm super close with, versus Ben's best baseball buddy and the guy I coach with, and we're big Mets fans, and he got great seats. And
I had this conversation the other day. Wanting to do it is different. Like I said, I would have wanted to do it as well.
And so Cavino's saying, listen. So the thing is, dog, is that the friends bought the tickets and they were rich. I don't even know, dog, honestly, because I feel like he lies a lot. I don't even know if he paid them because they were like, oh yeah, they asked something about who got the tickets or something, and I feel like he forced in that we paid them or something. I don't know, dog. It doesn't really sound like he did. But however, I don't know. Let's take his word for it. But what bothers me, so let me see. So he started it off with I was trying to okay. So the story starts off with the friends invite him, right? They're like, it's gonna be Hello Kitty night. That'll be cool. The kids will be able to like interact, right? So it's Emmy's friend and Emmy, and it'll be Hello Kitty. They get a sweater, dog. So this is a night that they're planning as like the 2 families. And then Rich, as soon as he gets from this call from the cool guy, right? He gets the quarterback calls him and he's like, "Hey, why don't you come to my party?" Rich is like, "Hey, sorry, nerds, I'm gonna go to that party." And so what bothers me about that is that he tried to make it that he's like, well, I try to give a better experience to the kids. I try to give a better experience to Ben and to Emmy. Dog, I'm sure they would have been stoked. Like Covino said, you could have given Ben a freaking baseball little helmet with ice cream in it. He would have been stoked. I'm sure. Do you think Ben, when they got there, was like, I really wish I could sit over there? I bet they were just having a good time. So the way he kept putting it on his kids, that no, it's because I want to give them a good experience. They were having a good experience. Their friend, Doug, even if they are 2 or 3 rows behind them, isn't it like they're Doug? I went to a concert. My sister was like 1 or 2 rows behind me. right? And there are those times where like you look back and they'll look at you and be like, oh dang, did you see that? Especially with sports, right? They hit a freaking grand slam or something, right? You're like, oh dang, pointing at Rich. Rich is like, oh dang, right? That's all part of that experience. A few rows, even if it is 4 or 5 rows, dog, it's a stadium. It's built so you can everybody can, right? So it's not like, oh no, they're not. They're on the other side of the stadium. Dog, they were in like the same section, just a couple rows down. So for him to be like, well, I wanted to give the kids a good experience was a bunch of BS. And Covino even said, if you would have said from the beginning, no, you know what, dog, I'll be real. I wanted the good seats. He goes, I would have accepted that better than you trying to saying, well, I wanted to give the kids a good experience. I wanted to do this. I wanted to do that. Dog, another thing that he keeps saying, well, I brought Emmy down. I brought, for a couple innings, I brought Ben down. Doug. And he's like, well, they weren't even next to us. They were in a different row. But Doug, was Sarah in a different row? No. Right? So he left his wife with one of the kids and then went down and then came and got the other kid. Doug. So he deserted his wife, left her there. So now, not only is it not her with the other family, it's her and the one kid. The other family's a few rows behind, and now Rich is on in another part of the stadium, right behind home plate. And so where I had a story, I told Andrew Sims, I was like, dog, remind me to tell the Backstreet Boys Sphere story. So Rich has been to 1 million, and this is, I'm not even going to say the kids, because this is about Rich. We know it's about Rich, so I'm not even going to try to play that game. Rich has been to 1 million Mets games at freaking, the Mets stadium, at freaking in Dodgers, whatever. He's been to a lot of Mets games, right? What does everybody, Covino and Rich related, whatever, make fun of me for? It's my love for boy bands, right? So I got to go to see the Backstreet Boys at the Sphere, and first time I ever saw them, right? Maybe the last time I ever saw them. I don't know if I'll ever see them again. Maybe not. However, me and my wife we were in like the section at the bottom where you're not in the seats and you're like standing, right? We were literally, it was like the barricade, a row of people and us. So we were like basically row 2 standing area, right? During the show, it was probably maybe 20% of the shows left, right? My wife gets a call from my daughter and she leaves out like the section of where we're all like standing in like, not like the pit or whatever, right? So she walks out or whatever to go talk to my daughter, and then she doesn't want to come back and fight through all the people, right? So she texts me and she's like, hey, I'm back here. I'm just going to enjoy the rest of the show from here. You're good, whatever. Our daughter's cool, whatever. Dog, I was disappointed because I was like, I can't let her enjoy the rest of the show back there by herself. And Doug, and this is me. She had got the tickets for me because I'm the bigger fan than she is, right? So this was for me. I may never see them again in concert, right? I was right there to where Brian from the Backstreet Boys sang to me and even laughed because I'm gigantic, right? If you guys don't know, I'm a little over 6'2". I'm freaking huge, right? So Brian from the Backstreet Boys was singing to me, laughing like, dang, this is crazy. That dude's huge, I left all of that because I was like, no, my wife's back there. And I was bummed because I was like, dang, man. I was like, I'm right here, Doug, right? Kevin from the Backstreet Boys would look at us, and it was dope. But I was like, I can't abandon my wife and leave her there. But Rich Davis been to 50 million Mets games. And he's like, all right, peace, have fun, don't get robbed. Doug, that's what bothers me is that he made it like, because he kept saying, oh, well, the other family aren't Mets fans. The other family aren't as big as baseball fans. The other family, Doug, what about your wife? What about your wife and your other child? Yeah, you got to bring them in sections and in chapters. Hey, you come to this inning, I'll go and get you for the other inning, and then you go back into your poor people seats, and then whatever. But Doug, the fact that he would just abandon his family and his friends where they had made this like a thing, this is what we're going to do. when the quarterback invited him and he had dope seats. To me, it shows. I'm not even trying to bag on Rich, but it shows to me like a character flaw because Spot goes, Rich. He goes, if this dude would have hit you up a couple days before, what would you have done? Rich goes, I would have changed plans. So, Doug, even though they had this whole plan of we're gonna, go and do this for the girls, he still would have said, all right, peace. I got better seats. Dog, I don't get that mentality. Like Covino said, there was times where his brother wasn't let into a club and Tommy's supposed friends went into the club and left him behind. Dog, that's not a homie. That's not, to me, you don't do that. You either all go in or you don't go in. You either all move seats or nobody moves seats. It's just, I just don't get that mentality. I never will. So I guess now we can jump on the feedback. Andrew Sims says, and then he cut the show short. So Rich threw a little BF and was like, okay, I'm not going to pay attention. Started looking at his phone. And then ended up, they usually do about 2 hours and 20 minutes. If you look at today's show, it was like barely hit 2 hours because Rich said, I'm over it. I don't want to be here. Because everybody told you you're wrong. Sometimes you need to be put in your place by friends. I've had friends, one of them in the chat, Luis, has told me, dog, you're wrong on this, right? It sucks, but what do you want? Somebody to tell you, nah, dude, you're right? No, sometimes you're wrong and sometimes you need to hear it. And it does suck. And you're like, dang, that's not, because Rich was like, I thought I came with the cool story and everybody's over here shitting on me. But I'm like, dog, if the consensus, if everybody is agreeing that you're an asshole, maybe it was an asshole thing to do. And like Covino said, maybe you did the right thing. I don't know. This is just my opinion. So, again, some of the feedback. He's so freaking selfish. I never believe 100% of any of his stories. Spot has said in the past, you make up so many stories, you lie so much. And Spot said it a million times. So, sounds like a total Rich story. What an ass. He did Sarah, which was just as bad. Rich lies? No. I think he's lying on some of this, just hearing from the story from you guys. Andrew Fournier says exactly. Let me see. The first thing he said, the first thing he said was he didn't like the bad seats. And dog, he had even said that a few days before, a week before. I don't remember what it was, but he had even said, I don't even want to go. Oh, it's like bad ticket Rob got us seats. I don't want to go. This was before. So he even contemplated not going for this thing for the family and for the other family to get together because he didn't like the seats. I don't know, Doug. I'm sorry. I went on a rant.
You're good. Let me just jump in there real quick. So
family first is double M. I agree.
You don't think the family saw them leave? If they were behind you, they're watching you leave, and they're watching you come back. Right. So you're either like ignoring them or like giving them like, "Hey, I'll be back" thing. You know what I mean? And
Doug,
let's not forget.
If it was for the kids, he didn't bring Emmy's little homie down for an inning, or not even for an inning, for just come and let her sit with you for a couple of pitches and then take her back. If it really is because you want the kids to have an experience, the kids, he didn't say, hey, freaking Bill, bring the little homie with me or whatever. We'll go down so she could see it. And it's not like they're poor and they can't afford seats, but Doug, so you came and like you said, the other family, the other kids get to see, oh, now Emmy's going down there. Oh, now Ben's going down there. Oh, whatever. The whole time, Sarah's not going down at all, right? Why didn't he even say, if it was about the kids, hey, you know what? I'm going to stay up here. Sarah, you take Emmy down, right? You guys go down for a couple innings. I didn't hear one time. If it was about the kids, why was Rich the one the entire time going down there? If it was about the kids.
Let's not forget, this is the same Rich Davis who went on vacation with friends and then was saying, yeah, I couldn't find my people. Like, there was like, remember when he went on vacation, he was questioning that he couldn't find his crowd. Like, bro, you went on vacation with your homies and you're bitching that you had no one like to kick it with, or like that wasn't your crowd, which it doesn't define him. I mean, we always talk shit about in good terms and bad spirits, but in good spirits and bad spirits. But I don't think Rich Davis is a bad guy. I think he fucked up. I think he made the wrong choice. I think Cavino said, "Look, bro, you act like we never done this before and haven't fucked up." And to your point, Daniel, when hey, bro, that was stupid. You shouldn't have done that. Hey, yeah, whatever. I got to own up to it, whatever. And I think I read on the feedback where Rich commented that Sarah's gonna be ready tomorrow. Like he's gonna bring her on and like she may defend him or whatever. But dude, she's so fucking nice to him. Like I don't think she's gonna like throw him under the bus or
No,
be like, oh yeah,
no.
she's gonna defend him or say like, I don't care, it's for the kids or whatever. I
And
think it's just a
somebody hit
principle
me
stuff.
up and was like, I wouldn't be surprised if Sarah doesn't up and leave him one day. And I responded like, no, she's just like a sweet Southern belle to where she's like, oh, Rich, and just like will just take his shit and just kind of not even think twice about it. And which is, I feel like she's too sweet for her own good sometimes. Like I feel like she should have been like, "Hey, Rich, like, no, dog, yeah, you have this dude wanting you to go, whatever." But this is a family event. We plan to do this. Like, let's all kick it together. That'll be cool. But you know what? There will be other times, right? It's not, dog. It's one thing if Rich was like a trash man, right? And his buddy invited him, and he was like, "Dog, I am never gonna get to do this again." Dog, he's freaking gets to go on the field for reporting and shit. He gets, dog, it's not like I would feel I'd be more understanding if Rich was, working at In and Out and he was like, dog, like, when would I ever get to do that? Dog, come on now. He's sat before with like next to players and shit, right? He's taken pictures with people that he's interviewed because he's been in their sections. So it just bothers me. It just bothers me.
And I think like, and let's be real. Like, if this happened with me and you, bro, and I think I would tell you the same shit. And you, bro, fucking take care of her. Like, hell yeah, go do it, right? I think you would do that because you care about the person or something. But it's almost like when your girlfriend says, "Do whatever you want."
Yeah,
You know
right?
what that means and shit. Like
Yeah.
you're gonna go do it, but you're gonna pay for it somewhere down the line. Like this is the same thing. Like you think your buddies gonna be like, "Oh, you're gonna leave me right here, bro?" Like we came together. I don't think anyone was like. If your friend has the balls to say that, kudos to them. But it's just gonna get awkward, bro. So
Yeah.
of course, you're gonna be like, "Hey, bro, you got opportunity? Hey, fuck yeah, bro! Like go ahead." You know what I mean? Like, be my guest, but if he is as righteous as he says, because that was the other thing when he got all fucking mad, he was yelling at somebody on the feedback,
I haven't even
Tony
looked
Moore.
oh yeah, he was. Doug. So again, if you guys didn't hear, he said, was it Tony Medina?
I think
It
so.
was one of the
Yeah,
Tonys, but he was like,
yeah.
"Tony, I don't want you to listen anymore." He goes, "I'll give you your Patreon money back." He was like, "How much do I got to pay you every month to not listen? For calling you out on your shit? Is that what your life is? Paying people off? Right? So you want him to disappear, you're going to pay him off. Is that the world of Rich Davis? You don't like something, you're just going to pay him off? Right? To me, that just showed that was even like he was trying to make a point about I don't want you to listen, but to me that was way deeper than I don't want you to listen. He could have said, "Tony, F off. I don't want you to listen. You know what? You can eat shit. Your whole family sucks. Leave. I never want to hear from you again." But he was like, "How much do I have to pay you to not listen?" To me, again, that's flexing nuts when you shouldn't be. Right? If you say, "Tony, I don't like you," dog. If we had somebody on the feedback and they said something, whatever, I'd be like, "Dog, get out of here, kick rocks. I don't ever want to see you again." I'm not gonna say, "How much do I have to pay you?" Now you're trying to act like, all right, dog. How much is it gonna cost? Everybody's got a price, dog. That's just bothered me so
And
much.
Andrew Sims, it was Tony Medina, and he's right. Tony always just goes after Rich, but the point of that was like he was like still. Why do you have to go there? And then he started saying how righteous he's like, I donate and I give and I help charities and all this shit. And then in Spot, of course, being Spot, it's like, who the fuck do you donate
Yeah,
to? Like,
dog. I laughed so hard.
which fucking soup kitchen are you? Where the fuck are you at? That like, like, dude, stop. Like, I just felt like and look, I make a bunch of fucking mistakes, bro. I'm quick to catch myself. And there's sometimes where I'm like, I'm gonna hang on to this bitch for a day or two or even a week later. And then I have time to sit about it, think about it, process my, yeah, I fucked up. I was definitely wrong. I feel like Richard's, he's still a good guy, all that shit. He might come around like, yeah, you know what? I was looking at this different. I fucked up. I shouldn't have gone there. And I think even uh Covino was trying to give him an out because before he even started, he's like, hey, bro, like, I told you not to say shit because, like, I don't think he was prepared for the feedback. He's like, no, no,
Yeah.
no, this was a cool story. This is a cool story.
Yeah, Covino
And
said,
Covino's like,
I think I know how this story ends up, and you might not want to tell it. Or he said something along those lines. And Rich's like, no, it's a cool story. Yeah, he was all ready for it because he thought people were going to be like, you're the man? Like, Doug, I don't understand where in his mentality he thought you're the man for leaving your friends and family behind. I don't get it, Doug. Like, I don't, that doesn't even compute. I don't get it.
and we don't need to beat Rich Davis to death any more than he already is. But the biggest thing that Covino said, and I think a lot of us would get more, look, just be straight up. Hey, bro, I don't want to sit with these fucking people. The seats suck. I wanted to go here anyway. I know that sucks. And I know it probably wasn't the best thing to do, but fuck it, I did it. All right, I'm like, you know what, fuck it, dude. I'll give it to you because you owned it. At least you should have took your fucking wife. But if you're gonna be mad enough to just sack up and give it to us the way it should be given, and not spin this fucking cute shit on it, and it was for the kids thing, and that's
Yeah.
the thing that was Cavino's biggest thing. Like, bro, you're using all these things to deflect the point of you're a dick. You left your homies and your wife
And that's the thing, dog,
for
is
cooler
that
seats.
if he was like, what bothered me is that he couldn't even acknowledge the fact that what he did was wrong according to most people. He was like, Doug, like you said, if he would have been like, Doug, I know it was a bad look, or I know this or that, but I really wanted to watch that game. They're only going to be here, one time this year. Yeah, I really wanted to. But the fact that he kept trying to spin it different ways. Oh, they weren't close to us. Oh, it was for the kids. Oh, I donate to charity I give blood. Like, Doug, just say, hey, I know it wasn't the best look. I'll be real. Doug, I've done some shitty things in my life where I'm like, dang, that wasn't the best look. But I really wanted to do A, B, or C, right? And it's I think that was what bothered people a lot more than even the whole damn story in general. Is just own up to it and say, yeah, Doug, I kind of wanted to, and I mean, could you blame me? Like, yeah, Doug, I can't blame you, but I don't know if I would have done it, right? But it wasn't, can you blame me? It was, I'll pay off Tony Medina, and I'll freaking, and it was for the kids, and I donate to soup kitchens. I don't know, Doug. So anyway, Doug,
Let's keep this shit going because we're here to fucking bring laughs and bring some. But this was drama and it was juicy, and I think for like even for me where I come from, like that shit you just don't do, right? Like it's your blood, it's your homies, like that's who you go with first. But I guess just wanted to throw shit around here real quick. Did you see Euphoria, the new season
Yeah.
just came out, and that shit with Sydney Sweeney and all that shit?
I haven't
Damn,
seen
bro.
I haven't seen the trailer for it, but if you guys haven't watched Euphoria, just a quick recap there's 2 seasons. They're in high school. They're doing drugs. Everybody's having sex with everybody. It's crazy. At the end of the last season, or actually during their hiatus between season 2 and the new season, one of the dudes actually ended up dying in real life. Angus, whatever, McCloud or Angus, whatever. He played Fez on the show. And then McSteamy, which is what's his real name? I forgot his real name. But McSteamy, it's gonna bother me.
He was the guy who just recently passed away too.
Yeah, but he actually passed away as well. So there's gonna have these 2 people that passed away recently. Not part of the show, obviously, but this new season is gonna be, I think it's like 4 years or something in the future.
Eric Dane.
Eric Dane, thank you. So it's gonna be they were in high school when the show ended. Now they're gonna be past high school and past college. And one of the, I guess, storylines is that Sydney Sweeney is like an OnlyFans model, and that's all I've heard so far. So are there new episodes out already, or is it just a
just
trailer?
came out, so every Sunday, and it just started. The first episode just came out yesterday, or sorry, 2 days ago. So episode 1 of season 3 just came out, and before that, they dropped a teaser obviously for the season. Then they had dropped a couple little things of Sweetney Teeny doing some scandalous shit. So
Did you
on this,
say
I'm not
Swidney
gonna.
Teeny?
It's my accent, fool.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I don't want to divulge too much. But on this last one, she was playing dress up
You watched it?
as a yeah, as an
Oh,
animal. Let's just say that. And but on the preview, they showed her doing some other shit, which was kind of raising some eyebrows. She was dressed like as a
baby.
baby, and
Yeah.
yeah, and then some other stuff. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, I think a lot of the reason people watch is because of her and some other stuff. But yeah, it started off pretty good. I mean, if those of you guys catch up to it, it'll be a good show. But I know it's kind of been talked about a lot. There's been a lot of memes going out there, and obviously she's kind of been the it girl for a while. We talked to her about her a couple weeks ago too. But yeah, if you're into it, maybe catch up to it, and we could talk about it for you guys.
Yeah, I'm
I don't want to
excited.
be Rich Davis and spoil shit either, because then I'll get all the hate mail. But maybe we'll talk about it next week. We'll think about episode one, and then just a little quick
Yeah.
thing. But the
I'm
other
no,
thing too. Go
no,
ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm excited. I'm excited. I love that show.
I know I'm a Star Wars kid. I know last time we talked, we had a bunch of people kind of giving some feedback, and so I'm still down for May 4th after show. I think because it's gonna be the day on like on May 5th or something. Let's dress up if we can or whatever, do a little something. But yeah, the mall series came out too, which has been great. It's got a lot of feedback. I don't know, Double M. I know you're into it. I think it was AJ or someone else was talking about we're all somehow Star Wars fans or nerds.
Oh,
But
it was.
yeah,
I don't remember if it was Fournier, but I know Andrew Sims had said he had like a costume and all kinds of things.
yeah.
But yeah, and then Double M is saying that it's great. I have a friend at work that is actually a huge Star Wars fan, dog, and I had him give me a background on like from the movies from like the 70s to now and all the different little like multiverses they have going on. So dog, I don't want to say I'm well versed in it, but I have a better idea. I was like, even like, I'm like, dog, what's a stormtrooper? Like, I didn't know like
Oh, bro.
anything. And he was telling me how like I know how they look, but he was telling me how like they're cloned and how, you know, this and this and this. And I was like, oh, for real? I thought they were all like, I thought they were like a species, like they were like, you know, humans. Like just because, you know, you look like my cousin Juan doesn't mean you guys, but it actually is cloned. I was like, dang, my mind's blown. So yeah, I've heard some good things about the new mall series.
Yeah, so I think they're dropping 2 episodes every day, every Monday. So 2 episodes came out yesterday,
I
and then
have
two
Doc,
episodes that came out.
I have a show that I wanna I don't want to say recommend, but I'm enjoying it, even though it's like not the greatest reboot of all time. But Malcolm in the Middle, dog.
Oh, I haven't seen
I'm
it.
loving this. So the first episode, dog, is a little weak. It's a little slow, but dog, this freaking it goes. What I love about it, dog, is that after Malcolm, the dad, Bryan Cranston, right? If you know him from like he was in Seinfeld, right? He was on The King of Queens. His character on The King of Queens and his character from Malcolm in the Middle are very similar, right? Then he
Bro,
went
he's Heisenberg.
then he went Breaking Bad, right?
He's
He was
Heisenberg.
Heisenberg, dog. He was this dark dude. He was you know, Jesse. You know, he was like this crazy dude. Dog, this new series or this, you know, reboot, Malcolm in the Middle, dog, he goes right back in to the goofy character. I'm like, it just shows you how good of an actor he is because, dog, when he went from Malcolm to Heisenberg, you're like, obviously he's an actor, but you're like, I don't know, dog, maybe he's going to be like this serious person from now on or something, right? And then, dog, when you see him like on the new Malcolm in the Middle, the mom's like shaving him with the clippers, dog. He's reading the paper like back in the day. I was just like, oh, dog, he just goes right back in to his goofy self. And everybody, the only one that didn't return was Dewey, the little brother. But everybody else is returning. Francis, the older brother, Reese, Malcolm, dog. It is. I'm loving it. And I'm not a huge fan of like reboots, like, you know, Girl Meets World. I wasn't a huge fan of. Fuller House was like, eh. But dog, I'm liking this so far. And it may be because I'm only watching it in like 10-minute spurts because I try to watch it before I go to bed and I'll put it on, dog, and like 10 minutes in, I'm like, I fall out. And then like the next day I'll watch like another like 10 minutes and I fall out. But I've really been enjoying it. So if you liked Malcolm in the Middle, dog, Stevie's back, the kid in the wheelchair.
No way.
Dog, Stevie's back, and I'm not gonna ruin it, but but he's back. I'll just say that. So dog, it is, if you freaking liked it back in the day, I think you'll enjoy it. I feel like they're doing it justice. So I can't say that about all reboots, but I'm liking this one so far. Andrew
it on?
Fournier's it's on Hulu.
Okay.
So Fournier says, I can't wait to check out Malcolm. I need to finish Shrinking. You know what? And Fournier, I wanted to check out Shrinking, but to me, it's such a commitment. I don't know if I can commit, at least right now. I don't know if I'm ready for it. The King of the Hill reboot was really good. I didn't even know they had a King of the Hill reboot. So, and that's, I feel like one good thing about cartoons, Doug, is that a cartoon, you can just, leave off wherever you were, right? You can keep the voices, whatever. But I'm thoroughly, I enjoy this Malcolm in the Middle reboot. And for the two of you in the world that care besides me, there's a new boy band documentary that came out. So Joey from NSYNC has put it together. Dog, and this one's actually different because I feel like they've told the same story a million times. Like I've seen this kind of documentary where they're like, oh, Lou Pearlman stole all their money. But this one has like Boys to Men in it. It has 98 Degrees, which doesn't, 98 Degrees usually doesn't, they're not kind of grouped like that, but 98 Degrees, Boys to Men, freaking All For One, Jamie Jones from All For One is one of the main people, Sean Stockton from Boys to Men, right? Wanya, dog, they have all of these people that you don't see really in other boy band documentaries because they usually focus on NSYNC and Backstreet Boys, which it still is a main focus for this one. But dog, the episode that I finished last night, they were getting into like where Lou Pearlman would like groom like one member of every band. And I'm like, ooh, does he touch him? Right? So dog, so I was right about to start that episode. I'll probably start it after we're done. But they had Ashley Parker Angel from O-Town saying like he was that one in O-Town. And so it just when this episode starts, they're going to go into the grooming. So if like I said, Double M says, what's that on? The boy band doc is actually on HBO Max. And I'm watching it through, I think it's like through the ID channel and HBO Max, something like that. But that it's so good because it's different than anything I've ever seen. So yeah, you guys should probably check that out as well. That's the only recommendation that I have. But yeah, Doug, I think we're pretty much at time. Is there any closing words you have? Rich Davis, we love you.
Yeah, hey Rich, I know you never watch, but fuck it if you do. We just like to talk shit, but we still love you. I'm excited. I guess they're just wanting to see. I'm still a little backed up. I know I reached out to you because I was gone. No offense, I was living my best life. I wasn't trying to listen to fucking podcast. At least not this one. I was doing other shit. But so I need to catch up for a couple episodes. But I definitely want to catch live tomorrow, which I should be able to because I want to see what unfolds with Sarah. And I'm feeling like Rich gonna give her some cue cards to be like, read this.
Yeah.
They only say that, but whatever. She's her own person and she's smart and we'll see
Rich
what
is a
happens
great
with that.
husband. He's like, it says husband. She's like, oh, husband.
But yeah, other than that, I mean, I like to look forward at things. I just checked this box off for Europe. Sick New World is not this week, but next week. So basically like 2 weeks away. So looking forward to seeing, they got the lineup that came out. I mean, the lineup's been out, but they set the times out already and the stages and all that. So looking forward. They're gonna have Danny Elfman again, which is pretty badass. I know Covino and I talked about that the last time he was there.
Oh, Doug, and then Covino went to Des Rock since we
Oh, that's
last
right.
met. And Des Rocks, if you guys don't know, the band is, I love it, dog. To me, it's like a cross between like Zeppelin, Queen. It's got like and the White Stripes. There's like an older, raw feel, but they kind of have like a stadium kind of feel to them. Dog, Des Rocks is so dope. And what's cool is that Des Rocks was hitting up Covino like, hey, did you see this? Hey, man, thanks for coming out. Hey, blah, blah, blah. So the fact that Covino has that relationship with him, dog, I feel like Covino needs to get him on the show. So I know Des Rocks is the band, but he needs to get, he needs to get Hootie from Hootie and the Blowfish. He needs to get Sugar Ray, Mark McGrath from Sugar Ray. So I think if he gets Des Rocks on here, that'll be so cool, man.
Yeah, but that's it, man. Looking forward to seeing you next week. And picking up where we left off, talking
For sure.
some more shows, picking up, and see what else kind of drama we can come up with from the show.
And Raptor in New Mexico, Carl Reinhardt just hit us up. He said, I can't believe how selfish Rich was with the Hello Kitty game. And he abandoned his wife. So, Reinhardt, go back and listen because we spent about half this episode talking about it. So go ahead and check that out, all across all social media, After Show BL. You can hit us up 928-235-5285 if you want to hit us up with a text message, a voice message. Maybe we could play it next time. And just about, maybe hit us up on Patreon, patreon.com/TASBL. The every letter from the After Show, but later, right? Patreon.com. You can join for free. We have little messages on there. When you were out last week, we had pre-recorded an episode, but if you were on our Patreon, you got to watch it live. So make sure you follow us on Patreon for episodes like that. And everybody that joined, Double M, Fournier Sims, Luis, Reinhardt, just everybody that joined us, we appreciate it. And even Morton, and talking about Morton would save his or would have the money before he saved anybody else. So After Show but later, it's your boys D, Luis Cortez Jr. We will see you guys in the next episode. Peace.
On the road to the riches, cause it's all about the paper. Now buckle up your seats and prepare for the journey. Let the music ease your soul, grab a spliff and start burning. Relax with us and take a trip to the heavens. And come and spend a day in the 757.